I'm here doing something exciting. Not really. It's a scooter exchange. This scooter had low battery. This one's got a full battery. I'm gonna need this scooter to get to the library, get a storage unit, get everywhere I need to go. Hopefully this scooter can be mine. It's got a full battery. And when I stop it, it can't be someone else's. I have been at this library with a scooter and someone walked up taking my scooter. But I want you to know, I was just at Colorado Station, my home station, when I used to have a home. About to have a home again. But at Colorado Station, I was walking across the platform to get on an elevator, go up. There was a boomer on a bike. You don't see many boomers on scooters, but this boomer had his own bike. And we got in that elevator, he was like, "Do you have a disability? Then you're lazy. You should be going up in steps." I was like, "I've been homeless for 720 days, and my dad's a child molester." And he was like, "You lazy fuck." And he was just going on and on and on. I was like, I was promoted 366 days to work 1.4 billionaire during COVID. And he was just like, "You're lazy as fuck." That is kind of demonstrative of this losing the heart and just dancing in the street. Martha the Videas, he was alive during that time, and we don't have that kind of heart anymore. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I made it to my destination. And also, I'm going to defeat homelessness for real on Sunday. Today's Thursday. No, it's Wednesday. I'm going to defeat homelessness on Sunday. I also have help now to get my items moved from that storage unit to the apartment on Monday. I'm so excited. Also, I want you to take a look at the scooter. Notice it doesn't have a back on that wheel. I went 1,000.8 miles, every single one of them homeless, on the Lime Scooter and Bike Micro-Mobility Program from the city of Denver and Lime. You got free food stamps, Medicaid. Put that into the Google your Lime Micro-Mobility Program Denver. They will actually respond to you. They were doing it on the same day. I've seen them do that on the same day, where someone puts in their food stamp or Medicaid information and they get a scooter access, like 10 rides for 30 minutes free. If you go over a minute though, or over 1 second after 30 minutes, it does start to charge. If you are homeless, your ability to have $4 might not come for a week. It's going to be digitally processed and all that. You've got to have phones, you got to have power. A lot comes into that. But I want you to know, this scooter does not have a back on it. How did it get that way? Well, somebody was in a bad wreck. That's how that scooter doesn't have a back. But it works, and it's got a full battery, and I will try my best to not get in a wreck. It is possible someone else can come up and take this scooter. Why am I here to this library? Well, I want to say this. And my friend Donna, well, say a few things. My friend Donna is a boomer. She's like Celine Dion. She's a magic boomer. She is. Out of 76.4 million boomers in America, approximately 76 million of them are burdens to America or happen to have mentally challenged hardship disorder, MCHD. It is officially not recognized by the Center for Disease Control yet, but there's no cure, so we don't want to start a panic. Chinese boomers and COVID, similar type situation. The 76 million boomers have exacerbated homelessness and are not doing a thing about it. Donna is one of the 400,000 that are magic boomers that is. For her, Celine Dion would probably technically be a Canadian boomer, a whole different group of boomers. But why am I here at this library? Okay. Well, because I'm still homeless. What am I going to do with my time right now? Where to go? There's also drama with the Denver Rescue Mission. We'll be getting into that more on YouTube too. Cannot stay there. Basically, they have not eliminated the threat named Todd, one of the boomers burning America. He's a physical threat. You can see him in that video. Currently, it's upside down. I will get it fixed, but it's the Denver Rescue Mission's talking to this world. Never forget. At the end of that video, which is upside down right now, and you can turn your phone and just watch it that way anyway. But I will get it fixed. Todd, you can actually see him in a white Lincoln Town car, and he says, "Get the fuck out of my way." So we could definitely know the kind of character demonstrated by our burdens of America. In this case, it's Todd, one of 76 million boomers burning America. Still dangerous. He's getting old, but he's still big and strong enough to where I don't want to have to mess with him. And the Denver Rescue Mission doesn't really want to mess with me, but they're just going to have to. I do feel that the Denver Rescue Mission, caring about itself being better, Part of that also includes caring about making sure Tamacasta is resolved. How about that? So we're going to just bring the old world, new world, East Coast and Colorado together. But this library, you see a trash can right there? Right next to the trash can, like right there, is an outlet. This library has 24/7 access to Wi-Fi, and there's a whole other outlet way over there. There is somebody sitting over there, so that's probably gonna be his station tonight, and this will be my station. I love this library. I've been thinking a lot about design, facilities, architectural, and just more on that like technical perspective of things, environments I've been into, comparing. Probably have a video soon on like the Huntington, West Virginia homeless shelter, which is very small and ran on a lot of heart. And that place, that was where I was immediately after trying to report the kidnapping to the Huntington Police Department. I was in the interstate kidnapping, and that the boomer there said, "Honey, we're about to close. Just wait and report that later." Actually, you need to go report that back in Kanawha County. And how you get back to Kanawha County, we don't know. We don't care. It's our weekend, so get the F out. That's what the boomer at the police station in Huntington said. But here, yeah, I switched things up. But on the topic of the Huntington homeless shelter, that place was small and ran on a lot of heart. I'll say this again, but that was a very great place for me. One of the best, probably the best homeless shelter I've ever stayed at. While crossing this country 6 times from Atlanta to San Francisco, and still without a home right now. But that is ending, so praise the Lord. At the Huntington homeless shelter, there were fewer facilities. It was smaller. They didn't have a lot of the things that the Denver Rescue Mission, one of the biggest homeless shelter systems there is, has. It's a shame that the Denver Rescue Mission has very fixable problems if it chooses to fix them. If it chooses to fix them. At the Huntington homeless shelter, though, this part is very important. When you are in interstate kidnapping and strip your property, your jacket, your phone, your wallet, your ability to contact anyone, and then when you get to the police department and they have that kind of response, it's awful. But when I got to the Huntington homeless shelter, which had a small refrigerator, and there was someone there that said, "Nathan, we got 2 kinds of Mountain Dew. Which kind do you want?" And that's when I became a big bundle of tears, because I had, as an American, my freedom, my choice again. And I will always, always treasure that moment. I do not have a lot of good things to say about Huntington, but that Huntington homeless shelter is the best. But here, probably boomers, actually, magic ones, designed this library. And they said, we're going to have 2 outlets over here. And as long as people can keep it under control, and we have, it has been great. This library is also well lit during the nighttime, scary nighttime. This is pretty much Goldsmith, I think it was called, something like that. This is the neighborhood I used to live in. But I have came here at times. More recently, I did, more often. But this is a perfect situation where there also is a water hose. I think that they have got the water disabled, but there's a gas station over this way that I can go to and get water. I don't have money for a drink. I get my snap refilled soon, but not until then. I still need water. I do have a thing with me right now, but like, you have to think about this. Under 721st day homeless, even though I'm about to defeat homelessness, I still have to live till Sunday. How about that? So we got our scooter over here. We got our magic library. We got our magic boomer Donna out there on the East Coast, tearing and thinking and wishing and hoping. So I wanted you to know that. Make this video the best of all time. That's some information you need to know. But yeah, scooter exchanges, they happen. They happen, and I did see another scooter on the way here. I think it had a full battery, but I didn't change it out. Yeah, and I've got pink eye or something. Tamacasta sleeping with a 7-year-old boy. I can't do nothing about the pink eye, but every time I upload a video, it helps add lift to resolving Tamacasta. Thank you to everybody who's now seen like 500,000 impressions. So, all right, let's find a way to just hold on to not having to be at the library all night long. I probably will go from here to the storage unit, grab a blanket, change clothes, but come right back here. It's not good for me to be at the storage unit, and I'm going to be defeating homelessness real soon. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, one more thing I want to go ahead and talk about now, and I'll be, more formally introducing this probably more in the future. But that Martha and the Videa song, "Dancing in the Street," I think from 1966. What I am about ready to start talking about, and something I noticed and discovered along the way in this whole journey, but also definitely noticed really good the other night when I was kind of killing time. It was at night. I was at Target and asking for money for help with the tablet. I had a solution for a phone, so praise the Lord. The phone and the tablet situation. I'm on Android now. I don't like Androids, but I have something that will help me survive. Praise the Lord. What I noticed, and I was down at the 16th Street Mall at the Pavilions Mall, and I was there because I needed to go to the bathroom. It's an outdoor mall, but it's 2 stories. It's very, very expensive, and it is struggling. It was Sunday evening, about dinner time, and nobody there seemed happy. People were there, wasn't many of them, did not seem happy, and they also were very, on their phones. These little small groups, not really happy to be at the mall. I went to the movie theater, and at the movie theater these days, if you're a big woman with a big old purse, or a guy like me with a backpack, guess what? They are definitely going to have to look through that. Because we as Americans cannot go to the movie theater and feel safe. We know that, Denver. Don't we, Mr. Batman? Yep, that was 2012. I was in the hospital during that time in North Carolina, and my mom was telling me, Rita Kay was telling me during that event, she was like, Batman's mother still loves him. That's what she said. Rita Kay doesn't seem to really know what love is anymore. She married that arms dealer from Saudi Arabia. That's my mom. We'll have a whole playlist on my mom soon. I got to do a new video on my mom. But going back to that Martha and the Videa's "Dancing in the Street" song. So that song came out in 66. I believe we had the lunar landing in 69. And mid-60s is about when this happened. It's when America lost its heart, its ability to care. And that was just demonstrated in this video earlier, right over there at Colorado Station, with that boomer on a bike who was just like, you're getting in this elevator, and I don't think you need to. All we were doing was sharing the elevator. But that is the kind of, a lot of these 76.4 million boomers in America, and the 76 million of them that are burdens to America, a whole bunch of that 76 million burdens are titanium burdens. That's how we ended up with Tom Acosta, the titanium child molester. Tom Acosta, I don't think he had any inclination of wanting to do that, be a child molester, until he got the titanium and stopped believing in all things. I am probably going to have a whole video on why I believe God invented quadruple open heart bypasses with titanium. But I'll just say right here, real quick, real fast. I think that we have it because it's a way, if you aren't ready to meet your maker, that this is another chance we have to help get your life in the best condition it can be, so that you can go to the next life and meet your maker. I don't think we have all the bugs worked out. I think it's awful that we don't. But I think that if used in the right way, and if things go according to plan and all this kind of stuff, I do believe you quadruple and heart bypass people can sometimes be blessed with a chance to make their life better, make amends, and be ready to meet their maker. I do not think that happens 100% of the time. It is a shame. We must pray for everyone who has that procedure. So, that Martha and the Videa song, "Dancing in the Street." They'll be singing and swaying and records playing, dancing in the street. Every guy grab a girl all around the world. And we didn't have around the world stuff in the 60s very much. We weren't thinking on that level. We hear it again in 97 with the Spice Girls, when it's every boy and every girl, people of the world. And then after that, we just hear it all the time. But with that song, I think it's already demonstrated. I think that song being a hit. And like Walter Cronkite was on NBC News when that came out, being like, we have a modern breakthrough in popular music. But this song was the shit, right? It was like Britney Spears. Right? It was like Britney Spears when Britney Spears was new. It was like, oh, the shit. That song was really amazing, wasn't it? You remember that song was really good, and it's still really good. I love it. I'm going to link in the description a New Millennium remix. But that song and like the Lunar Landing, events like that, Kennedy assassination before that, those were all very indicative to me. And I was born in 87. Those things to me were very clear, kind of like signs of when I think America lost its heart. Because what I want to say here is that dancing in the street and that feeling of where we are today with being obsessed with homes and being at home and doing everything at home, working at home, and all the convenience of home and all the everything you can do. We are obsessed with that structure of home because we have lost the heartbeat of America. We still have Chevrolet. My dad drives one. But he didn't pay for it. He's got 3 free SUVs he didn't pay for and abandoned his home. And now he's a child molester. He needs to be resolved in prison for the rest of his life. But that song evokes tones and messages and themes that are completely opposite of what we have today. And it's demonstrated at like the Pavilions Mall, that experience I described. And I do have pictures. I don't have any of that day because I didn't have the phone then. That was when I was like just homeless and without a phone and killing time until I could go to somewhere where I could be later at night. Praise the Lord for that person to help me a lot. But might be a boomer. I don't think he's Gen X. We were a really young boomer, but probably Gen X. But I want to say that that song, Dancing in the Street, we do not have it anywhere in America. We don't have it in Denver. In Denver, while I was in California, we renovated Union Station for the 3rd time in the new millennium, and we renovated it with an $11 million renovation. We installed new flooring something with the floors, and we bought new furniture. It's a good thing we did buy new furniture because we got new charging outlets. The homeless people and the Amtrak train riders really need those those little bitch outlets to work. So we got ones that do. But for $11 million, really, the city of Denver is trying its best. It is putting everything it has. We are also redoing 16th Street. There's a 16th Street is a pedestrian street with it is the whole meaning of that dancing in the street. It is the shops and the pedestrians. But you go there, and right now it's under construction. And right now, I bet City of Denver officials and stuff will say, well, Nate's called us at about time because we are doing construction. And that is true, there's construction. But there's still, when there's going to be construction over, I would imagine very little change there left with that whole dancing in the street. People coming together, not being at home, meeting people that are strangers. An invitation for the nation, dancing in the street. It's gone. It ain't there no more. What we have is titanium boomers being a mess. I hope it's always that way, and I do have hope and a clear indication it won't be. I will talk about those 2 things in an upcoming video. I'm excited to do that next video. I'm excited to keep doing my YouTube. Defeating homelessness is almost accomplished. We just really have to wait till Sunday. Go wait like this. Sadly, I do. But I am confident I will be able to make it through God's grace. I'm excited to tell you about those 2 events where I think there can be hope. And I want to say, it's not just a Denver-specific issue. San Francisco, very much, I think, wanted that dancing in the street vibe. Doesn't have it. San Francisco is a very interesting place. I've got a lot more to say on San Francisco. But Hinton, West Virginia, is a small town that also is different than Denver and San Francisco, big cities out in the West. Hinton, West Virginia, really, 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 really wanted that dancing in the street vibe. They have flags there that say eat, shop, and dine, and really wanted to get people out of the home or grow tourism, people coming in that weren't from Hinton and all that kind of stuff. They employed Tom Acosta in 2013, 2014 to paint a mural, and they were begging Tom Acosta. My dad, the artist, formerly the person with hope and enlightenment, colorful
artwork in the cities and just being a source of American pride and just all the values he no longer represents. But Hampton was begging, Ken Allman specifically, a practice like CEO of that healthcare staffing firm and very big and influential in the community. He also lives in St. Louis, rides a private plane to come into Hinton. Basically, Hampton, West Virginia wanted that sort of dancing in the street. It never has it. It has finally now a mural by Tom Acosta that it never got. It never got any sort of the magic maybe the Martha Moore mural in Welch may have got, or Tom Acosta's other murals in other places at earlier times. So resolving Tom Acosta needs to happen, and I do believe there's hope for that dancing in the street kind of thing to happen again. But you can't spin your way into it. Denver's trying its best, and I feel sorry for the people that are doing that. Like I said, I'm thinking about art, like facilities and architectural things and design things. One of the ways I know that Denver could be spending its money better, and I do foresee, I don't have any data on this, but I just have it feeling in my heart, there's a boomer up there somewhere in the city of Denver that is like, we know that we should probably invest more in things like bathrooms and water, because it is hard to obtain fresh water in downtown Denver. The only bathroom that's really available, that's public available, is the one at Union Station, and it is tiny. And I had to deal with that today. There's always long lines, people are always in bad moods. Why are we restricting bathrooms and access to water? Because we can't really have dancing in the street if people are in bad moods because they got to go to the bathroom and go find water, even if they're not homeless. It's a big deal. Not everybody can afford Starbucks. Starbucks is doing its best to be like, oh, we are also here to sell coffee. And I worked at Starbucks. I got a whole nother video, I think, uploaded already, maybe, on recently being at Starbucks. I mean, like, this is ridiculous. Every time I come to Starbucks, I'm here to charge the phone and get a free water. I never get to go get anything else at Starbucks, ever. It sucks. It sucks. We can't rely on that third place named Starbucks. We ought to be relying more on things like a third place named church. Which ought to be our first place. How about that? All right, let's find a way to just hold on so Nate gets more video uploaded. Because guess what I'm going to do here at the library? Charge the phone and do more video. They've already got pre-recorded. You got it. Oh, yes. I also wanted to include this. And I'll make it a separate video about that image at the beginning of this video with me pouring a bucket of water on my head. Let me explain that, and I'll make it a separate video. But I already recorded this part, and I left the headphones into this Android phone, and it doesn't have the volume, and I hate having to do retakes. Can you tell the difference in daylight? Just a few minutes went by, but you can already tell. Tom Acosta, good thing about him is he could tell the difference in 5 minutes of daylight. He's photographed a lot of things where he would paint a painting, and I can tell you, it's been like 20 minutes. We could definitely see a change in the daylight here. But regarding that bucket of water over my head, what does that mean? Everything. Well, it's my second time explaining it because the headphones were in and the volume did not record. And I hate having to do retakes. But here's what that means. The bucket of water over my head. It means I was at Tom Acosta's house, the one he abandoned 6 months before I ever went homeless. He's driving around his 3 free SUVs, and he's staying in that cabin, house sitting, indefinitely. He doesn't own. He didn't pay for that either. Or the free SUVs. 3 free SUVs he didn't pay for. That bucket of water over my head was when I was at Tom Acosta's house. Wow. Right before that, he said, I'm going to leave you here in this cabin and go sleep with a 7-year-old boy. Well, what happened after that is I was abandoned at the house he abandoned. And there was no wood and there was no water. The only way I could get clean was to take buckets of water and pour them over my head. And I did a video of me doing that. But that video got lost when I was in the interstate kidnapping a couple months later. So we don't have that video, but I have the picture, praise the Lord. That picture, I think, is very representative of homelessness and definitely like the climax or epoch, the strife. I was at Tom Acosta's home to resolve homelessness, but I was still homeless. I was also in great danger. Not only was there no wood or no water, there was also the threat, a very serious one, that Tom Acosta might come alone or with someone and try and kill me. I don't think Tom Acosta ever anticipated I was going to say, I will not stand for this. You sleeping with a 7-year-old boy is way beyond something I'm going to look over. And I never have. So praise the Lord for close to over 500,000 YouTube impressions. And, you know, we just kind of keep up the fight. Resolving Tom Acosta needs to happen. But I really was. In February 2023, I was alone at Tom Acosta's house for about 3 weeks. The only way I could get clean was pouring water over my head on the back porch outside. That is a shame. Tom Acosta can never feel redeemed in trying to help me. He may have made me homeless in 2016. Okay, I went back to him in 2023, already knowing he made me homeless in 2016 and not feeling confident. But when he said, I'm going to leave you here in this cabin and go sleep with a 7-year-old boy, he pretty much had to abandon me at his home that he abandoned. Tom Acosta stopped believing in all things. What is right never changes. We must never forget that.